These are prints that I made during 10 years from 1962 to 1972. I am seeing them now for the first time since then, and I have pretty much not forgotten, but I am more impressed with them now than I was when I made them. It makes me want to go back and make some more. I think if I did it, the prints gradually moved in time from the rectangular ones, and these four, into more open spaces, and I began to see the white spaces in between the color and the etched plates as additional shapes to respond to. And that became a fascinating part of it, especially when I began to use embossing, which is where you can see a raised edge in different parts of the piece. So there's the etching plates, there's the color, and there's also the raised white shapes that are in many of the pieces. I study, when you learn intaglio printmaking, you are taught in a very old-fashioned way, which is to begin with engraving on copper plates, and then go into etching on zinc plates. The idea of sewing a metal plate into shapes is something that I was inspired to do by thinking there's more to an etching than just a rectangle. And so then I began shaping the plates and then finding ways to fit flat color with the shape on the paper, and then combining that with embossing, which is also a represented shape. The subject matter sometimes will say a color or imply a shape, but basically the subject matter is the print itself. And it's since the alchemy of intaglio is very complicated, it's the combination of that with other simpler things like complementary flat color with an etched plate that makes the subject matter not one process or two or three, but actually the subject matter is the whole picture. And that is fascinating to find ways to make these combinations and to make them fit together.
And how do you relate them to the time when they have been done? With the end of the 60s in the States, it was a very changing period.
In the 60s, there was the beginning of hard edge pictures, paintings, prints. And I think I was responding to the beginning of hard edge painting, which ended up being the whole canvas, the whole large, flat, one-color paintings. The painters of the 1960s, they were a varied group of people, from pop artists to assemblages, to like Rauschenberg using actual objects. this work fits into the 1960s. And because all these pieces were in a portfolio for 30, 40 years, it's nice to feel that maybe they still fit somewhere. Makes me want to maybe make a few more.
Yes.